Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Now, I said it before, I rarely do hero breakdowns, but this is just too funny and too hilarious not to do a breakdown. So, it's the third day of October. They have released so far a couple of new heroes for the month. And you can see right here in the Covenant Summon, there is a new hero that's coming out as part of the Construct family. They call it Glacivolt. But before I go through Glacivolt, I want to bring you guys back a little bit to the new heroes that were released a couple of days ago. Now, one of it is Neresis. I'm going to be honest, this looks like a bootleg Khonshu that's just weaker. The only thing that you need to consider is that she does buff herself with a lot of attack. So maybe if you survive long enough, she actually hits like a truck. But other than that, I wouldn't waste any materials on her unless you are cheap to play and you are not gunning for any of the other new blue heroes that are coming out. Now that was on the 1st of October. On the 2nd of October, they released this hunk of a dude called Bragi. And okay, a lot of these heroes with this damage that scales based on their base attack and base defense falls out very fast. They fall off very, very fast because with the power creep, especially with how SG is releasing stuff, a lot of these new heroes will come in with much higher stats that this type of damage, Frostfall Strike, Moon Strike, whatever strike that is scaled based on your base attack, your base sword value, and your base shield value, they fall off very fast. And this person right here, I'm trying really hard. Like I gotta be honest, I've been watching a lot of videos about hood comedy. In case you guys don't know what is hood comedy, is basically African American comedy, and I can tell you, when this guy came out, it was taking me so much discipline for me to actually not say the word I want to say on video. But anyways, so he attacks the target. So he hits the target. He hits one target, dealing up to 2,200 damage, which deals 40% more of the target is of the fire element. Now, as you can see here, they put there the base damage is 1,100, and it scales depending on growth and wither. It does not scale based on any defense down or attack buffs that you get. You steal a random disvelopable buff, sure. And then the last one, if the target has been inflicted with frost, freezing power hooks will be recast once on a random target. This Bragi cannot trigger the second of the third line here with his own frost. You would have to use somebody else to put the frost on all enemies, or pinpoint a certain target which you want the frost to hit, and then use Bragi after that. So I took a while to think about this, and the hero that I can think pairs well with him, it's someone called Motsongnir, because it is the only holy hero right now that can give frost. But you can see here, he's an average speed hero, which means you most likely have to pair it out with a different color. Zvafa, for example, or even Fafnir. And the whole catch of this stupid thing is, let's go back to Bragi. If the initial target is defeated, the special skill will not be recast. So his bum ass can only attack one hero, and you must not kill that target for him to recast his special skill. On top of that, he will not recast the special skill if the initial target does not have frost. So this bum ass is bad. This bum ass sucks. And whoever it is that wants to showcase like, hey, I got this guy, I'm so cool. No, he sucks. So guess what they come up with in the Covenant summons. Now, for those who are in beta, and for those who were spoiled, and for those who remembered the leaks, who actually remember who Glacivolt was, sure, it's not so funny. But for me, I didn't see exactly who Glacivolt was. So now when I look at it, Sure. All the random things about construct, whatever. He resists silence, so that's very good against Songjiang, against Ceres. He gets a minion, which is actually really fun. I should know. I use 2 Iron Hearts myself. Now, Wrath of Frozen Soul, fast speed, deals 270% damage to all enemies. Sure. All enemies get minus 20% defense and a further 5% decrease per each ice shield on the board for 3 turns, up to 50%. Typically, you're only going to get about negative 30 to 35, maybe if you're lucky, maybe 40%. You're not going to get that many ice shields on the board. All enemies receive 645 frost damage over 3 turns. It's like they saw Bragi and thought, damn, I ain't got no support for this low G. The OG looking here, looking like, oh, I can't get the frost on. So, you know what they do? They bring up a new hero that gives frost damage. The only problem is, this bum-ass Glacivolt is not even holy. It's blue. It's ice. So again, there's no hero right now, still, at the speed of Bragi, that can support him. Remember, Mosongnir is average speed. So, Bragi being a monk, you could actually charge him in 7 tiles. So that's basically, on the best case scenario, 1 dragon match and a normal match. But for Mosongnir, you need 3 normal matches. And now you get this guy here. It's the biggest joke of all. But if you look at it from another point of view, Glacivolt is actually pretty interesting. Now, she does very little damage. 270% damage is nothing in this current economy, but I think it helps that her attack stat is actually pretty decent. The defense down is actually pretty interesting. Now, again, if you're going against Bernadette, be mindful that Bernadette will not be affected by defense down because of her passive, the family passive. So it's not really too good against Bernadette. And it's also not good against Untold Tales heroes. Because the Untold Tales 2 heroes, some of them resist frost damage, and they gain mana from taking frost damage or being tried to get the frost ailment. So this is a very interesting hero. It's not as unique and not as fun as Ironheart, but I can see this being like a very bland, sort of like effective hero when there are no Untold Tales 2 heroes on the defense and when they are not going against Bernadette. So it's very interesting. Now, what is more interesting here is the rest of the featured. You have Gatherade, which is, I would consider, one of the strongest morphs released. You got Lucian, which is interesting. Not to say the best, but it has this effect that's similar to, I forgot the. There was a Green Knight that had this, and I'm so frustrated that I can't remember her name. It's the same family as like Ludwig and stuff like that, and she got a costume. So yeah, I can't remember what's her name. Do mention it down in the comments if you remember her name. And then Gluzma is effective against Gurik, such a good hero against Gurik. Orker is a healer, but the growth is actually what you want. It's very interesting. And then the shittiest one of all. Why the hell would they put Fergus in here? Look, Fergus, people can yap about how Fergus is not dead on defense, or how Fergus is not dead on offense. Sure, I admit Fergus is not dead on offense, but Fergus is dead on defense. No one should be using Fergus on defense anymore, not even in the mid-tier alliances, unless you can field 30. 20 to 30 Ferguses on defense, sure, that's difficult. But Fergus in top-tier alliances, nah, get the hell out of there. So we have a few pools here. I want to see if I can get Glacivolt. My luck has been insanely good for this past month. But I'm more interested in either getting Gluzmer or Gatherade. Well, we'll see. I don't know. I generally have decent luck in Covenant Summons, as you can see from the previous video that I got Ironheart. So we're going to see if we get the same kind of luck. Now, I'm not expecting much, but I really hope I don't get Fergus, because screw Fergus. I don't want, even if I get Fergus, I don't think I'll level him at all. I have good Garrison Guard heroes that I don't need to level Fergus at all. But yeah, Would be nice if I can get Garderit or Glusmer. That's the only two that I'm looking for. If I get Glacivolt, sure, I can definitely level her up and see how she works. But I'm probably not. I have Songjiang that I want to max out first, so it's probably not. Oh, actually, before that, let me check if Ironheart is available here. I don't think they'll put Ironheart back, which is actually kind of sad that they didn't put Ironheart back here, which is interesting. Very, very interesting. The fact that they released Ironheart and not put him back in here, even though he is a construct, that's very interesting. Okay, well, we're almost done with our pools. 6 more pools. I think this time the luck isn't there, so not to worry. I'm not chasing or anything like that. Just wanted to use my coins because, yeah, interesting. Yeah. Let me know what you guys think of Glacivolt. I think Glacivolt would be fun to use for some people, especially if you have a lot of hit all. And do let me know if you have Bragi and you max Bragi and you want to use Glacivolt with Bragi, and that should be fun to see. All right, we got our chest. Let's just open it up just to show you guys what it is. Let me know what you guys think. And this is also another special announcement. If you can see from my alliance. Okay, sure. If you can see from my alliance, we also got the man, the myth, the legend, Psychrosis is here in our alliance, and therefore I will be doing a live stream of the weekend war, and it will happen. So I'm in Malaysia, so that's 10 on Sunday, 10:30 p.m. GMT plus 8, which is the night time for me, and in US is about 10:30 in the morning. I will be streaming my war hits. It is towards the end of war, I believe. So there'll be in like another 3 hours before war ends. I will start up my stream and we're gonna have a blast. It will be the first time in a long time that I'm actually streaming my war hits. So hopefully I bring my A game to you guys, and it should be fun, especially together with one of the best YouTubers I've had the pleasure of watching. You know, this guy's amazing. Does funny stuff. His music reviews are awesome, so be sure to check him out as well. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. GG.